All right, ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Today is Wednesday, September the 19th, 2018, and we are here for our 91st show. As I continue to practice my Espanol, I would say that would be 91.
91.
Let's go. So hopefully everyone has had a very good last couple of days or a few days off. Carla and I do our absolute best to do a show daily, but sometimes with 5 kids we can only do as much as we can afford to do. And again, this is always a really fun time for us, so thanks to all of you, because if it's not for you, then we don't do this, thus giving us a really fun place to go when we can, right?
Yes.
Let's go. All right. So Carla and I have been busy the last couple of days with life, errands, kids, you name it, the normal grind, I guess you could say, but it's good to be back for show number 91. A couple quick shout outs. It looks like Wayne Chia is having a good time in Spain. We've seen a lot of good pictures from Wayne Chia on a personal level.
Love that paella.
What?
He ate the whole thing with his mom. The whole thing. It was like a thing like that big.
Yeah, it was like a wok, but not. You know, you know, like what a wok is. That's like a big, like a metallic bowl that you can cook in, and kind of. I love to cook, so like a wok's. Really,
I mean, it was his mom was sitting there, and it was like.
Yeah.
I mean, and they ate the whole thing.
So I thought it was really, 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 really well done. Great pictures. I hope your mom's well, and really love the pictures. Keep them coming. Next time again, you have to bring Carla, myself, the 5 kids along with you, and we'll happily tag along and eat a bigger bowl of paella.
Well, he said he had the chicken and rabbit, and he's doing seafood, I think, today.
Seafood, let's do it.
I love the seafood
So
one.
I think in Spain they call shrimp prawns, so I think you'll have some prawn, probably some,
Careful here.
maybe some giant squid or something.
I love all of it.
Octopus.
I mean, I don't really enjoy fish, but like stuff like squid I could eat.
Probably maybe some tuna over there.
Clams I could eat.
Yeah, cod probably.
No, I could skip that.
Anyway. All right, so big time standing ovation for Wayne Chia. Happy travels, and hopefully your travels are safe and bump free. All right, great pictures. As we know, Rahesh has been in the thick of things and has been knee deep in the game in the past couple of days off. I know he has not taken a break from staying in the thick of things, right?
You know, he keeps sending me more Djokovic YouTube videos.
So Rahesh,
He sent me one funny one. He said, "Look at how mad Federer and Nadal get. Look at their reaction after Novak wins the point."
I like it. Staying active. So Dave Raines in Cincinnati, who we know, and we know as a tennis player. We know him personally. And if you've seen him comment, he's an active player, family friend. But he's been jamming out in Cincinnati. He's been sharing some music videos with myself and with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been sharing some news that, for some reason, I don't know why you're sharing that.
Well, the reason why I took a second to mention this is about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Dave Raines had mentioned to me, quote, "Channel your inner deadhead and learn how to play a song about Wayne Chia's bomb for his daily bumps." So that's what made me like listen to the song "Ripple" by the Grateful Dead, and then I tried to play that with just singing some words out of the top of my head. I think we downloaded a video like a week or 2 ago, right?
Okay.
So next thing I know, he's sending me a video about a guy that he enjoys as a musician, right? But then I get that he's a jam guy.
Yeah.
He likes to jam. He's a jammer. So I'm like a jammer too. I'm more of like a Grateful Dead and Fish guy. But I like to just jam out. Let's go. Love it. I love
I
positive.
wasn't talking about that stuff. I was talking about the other stuff that was unnecessary. I love that you guys are going back and forth about the music
What
stuff.
unnecessary?
I don't even want to talk about it.
What are you even talking
If you don't
about?
remember, let's just go to the next subject.
What are you even talking about?
Rahesh got a message about...
Oh, I'm not going to get into all that. I'm going to spare you that.
Thank you.
I'm going to spare her that.
Yeah.
I didn't even follow that. I was going to write something in that was going to be catastrophic for her.
Yeah, we shouldn't even mention it because it really doesn't matter.
I'm going to spare you that one.
Okay.
I'm going to spare her that one.
Good.
We good?
We're good.
Go. See, I thought about her. Anyway, but I realized that Dave Raines is a jamming guy. Jammer. I'm a jammer too. It's like a positive energy thing. You know what I'm saying? So he got me into this whole
I like that. I like that. The music that you were playing that he sent.
Amos Lee or something.
Yeah, I like it.
So sometimes you can talk. Look, I've met the guy in person. He's played doubles and singles with myself and the kids, and sometimes when someone tells you what music they like, no matter what it is, or just something they've been kind of in on for a little while, kind of down this little path that they're on currently. Some days I'll like this, and then some days I like that. But the path is generally the same. I might branch off of that path a little bit. Like, I might like Fish, and I might go Grateful Dead. I might get into Led Zeppelin a little bit, not my favorite. I might get into the Beatles and Elvis Presley and Julie Andrews and The Sound of Music and all this other stuff. But my channel's going to be pretty much down that jam band threshold. So I didn't know anything about the music Dave Raines liked, so he just sent me a video and said, this is what I like. Sometimes pictures and videos speak thousands and millions of words.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a jam bander. So here's a poll question.
Okay.
Since we can get to know someone a lot better by simply knowing their favorite type of music or musicians or artists, etc., and then within those artists and musicians, etc., what is your favorite tune or song or piece or vocal or whatever by the respective individual? So you can learn a lot about a person by who they like, and then really a lot about that person if you know what the favorite tune or piece by that person or composer or artist is.
Right.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Poll question. Who are your favorite? And this is for anybody out there. Anybody. You gotta ring in on this. Who are your favorite 2 musicians, bands, artists, etc., and 1 song by each, and why? Okay?
Cool.
I'll tell you mine. Coming out swinging. Okay? This is spur of the moment. Okay? Grateful Dead would be tied for first with Fish for me, for my 2 favorite bands. Fish, Phish, and Grateful Dead. Fish's favorite song would be Waste. Album version's fine. Live version, I think that we met on the similar type platform. And the song Bertha by Grateful Dead, namely from July 4th, 1989, live. You can see that on YouTube at Orchard Park, New York. First song, first set, 7/4/89. Incredible Bertha. Loved it. That's one of my all-time favorite songs, furthermore, performances that I've ever seen. July 4th, 1989. Bertha, Orchard Park, first song, first set.
Cool.
Those are my 2 favorite of all time. Feel me? That's how this works. Who you got?
I like Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
I think Dreams is called, right? Dreams is it called?
How does it go?
Lovers only love you and they're
Dun,
playing.
dun, dun, dun,
I think so. I think it's called Dreams.
Is that thunder always happens when it's raining?
Something, yeah.
Thunder only happens when it's raining. Oh, we get down.
I like that one because it reminds me. My dad bought me the CD when I was a teenager, and I would listen to it over and over and over.
All right,
and
so
then I like Cranberries would be my next band.
what song by Cranberry?
Zombie.
Oh, she likes that hardcore go women power stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so this tells me a lot about Carla. Number 1, she's very kind of feminesque but liberal with that. Like, one of those type girls that's really open-minded. At the same time, sees everybody equally, no matter what. I would agree with this. So if I see you with those bands, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, right?
Right.
Then we have Cranberries that zombie.
Helped me a lot out through my teenage years too.
And I think they were iconic in like the early '90s time frame of like grunge rock, but female, go girl power, equality, the whole deal.
Yeah.
So you're a very.
She was the only girl singing. Her band. She was surrounded by guys. She was the only.
So I would come across you being a very, pretty much, open-minded. Don't mess with me, girl power female.
Sure.
Okay. For me, it would just be like, Jam, let's go. Come on, woo, let's go. All right. So this is how it goes. Who are your 2 favorite musicians or bands or artists or playwrights? It doesn't matter as long as it's some type of art. Your 2 favorite pieces by them, and why. Right? The Bertha song for me, by the way, makes me happy and lively no matter what, especially that exact performance. And then the Way song kind of reminds me of being at peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like in this whole grunge zombie. I don't know where that vibe is, but.
Well, that's whenever I'm working out or running or if I feel down and I gotta feel Like I'm strong, I listen to that.
All right, that's great.
I mean, I like other bands, but those Phil Collins would be my third one. But yeah,
that's
where I go 80ish.
That's kind of an odd vibe. I mean,
well, I used to love him as a kid, but those two would be the ones that I picked.
Okay, I never could picture myself cruising down the interstate cranking Phil Collins.
Tonight, come on, really?
I don't feel it. I'd rather just be.
You're a guy.
I'd rather be moving. I wouldn't be like. I feel like I just want to like slow down and like pull over and fall asleep.
Look, if I could have been born in maybe in the '60s and enjoy the '80s, I would have loved to be a teen in the '80s.
Who are your favorite bands or musicians, and one song by each and why? Right, you know ours. Real quick shout out to R Rule Fallen as always. R Rule Fallen, i.e. Rolando. There's nothing. Just Rolando.
There you go.
Anyway, I know that the world can be an idiotic place, and I kept trying to tell myself why do we have this code name anyway? It's ridiculous. The fact of the matter is this person is an absolute wonderful coach, and he is. Coaching at a very nice university here in Alabama, and it's his alma mater, and got off to a nice win for his first tournament. A quick message though to Rolando. He knows me very well personally, but a quick message to his team. Mm-hmm. His team. All the guys.
I saw someone. I don't know which. I don't know which. I mean, I know it's first singles, second singles, but one of them won the Invitational. So I don't know.
So a quick message to the team. Let's go. You know what I mean? Come on. Let's go.
And he's got a good mixture of like I actually looked at his roster because I know I saw kids from Spain. He's got a kid from China. He's got a kid from Poland. He's got one kid from Florida, one kid from Georgia, and one kid from Mexico. So I thought that's a great combination.
Fact of the matter is you have a really good coach there, team. At Troy State, you have a really spectacular coach. And many years from now, you'll get to be my age, and you'll look back 10 years ago when I had the privilege, even as a well-matured player at that point in time, to look back at some of the brightest lights in my life. Even though this person is my same age, you get kind of around a person and you know their energy is better than yours. And Rolando, respectively, has that energy where he just makes you want to crawl out of your skin and get to the next level. And I knew him as a coach. You know what I mean? If I was a player and I was playing for him, knowing what I know now, like even coaching, I would just want to like tear my skin off and throw my skin on the ground and just erupt out of my skin so I could try to coach at the level that Rolando does. And I mean that. I've told her this since we met 8 years ago. One of the best coaches. I think you brought him a racket that I had to be strong. We couldn't do it, whatever reason. No, we picked up a racket.
We were starting the business of stringing. So.
Oh, you were handing out flyers.
Correct.
Anyway,
I met him for a brief moment.
Yeah, he'll make you want to crawl out of your skin. But if you don't feel that way now, just get there real quick. Because if you look back at my age, you realized if you would have felt that way, then the world may have been yours. You know what I mean? Let's go! All right? I can't overstate that. When you have played a game like I've played it, she's played it, and you get around these coaches, and most of them, not 8 out of 10 coaches that I meet, 8 out of 10, especially these days. Maybe back in the day, 6 out of 10. But 8 out of 10 coaches that I meet these days are schmucks. They're schmucks. And I'm not picking anybody out.
That's because all they care about is the money.
Out of shape, overweight, never played the game, just butter up to the ladies whose husbands are at work and they're forking out the dollars, making them feel good.
Well, even the ones that know about the game sell themselves out.
Fact of the matter is there's only 2 out of 10 these days that actually care about the game wholeheartedly to the point of life or death, to say the least. Now let's be real. For someone like Rolando, every win is his last. Every tournament he shows up for could be his. I mean, in collegiate coaching, do you understand the intensity behind it? Do you have any idea? I know you do, but does any when you're at that level of coaching, to me it is so admirable because the courage it takes is unfathomable for me, because you have to win, and he has a history of winning. Not only creating good players on the tennis court, but anybody that meets this guy, your coach, is generally a better person after they meet him. Or just, I think there's an old saying: sometimes you hear something and you're dumber because you've heard it. You know, geez, I could have done without hearing that. But then again, you hear things like, man, I'm a different person because I simply was around this person. You know, kind of like when someone meets their idol or someone meets their superstar. Someone may not realize it at this point, but Rolando is that type of coach that you guys have at Troy State, and I have no reason to be saying this other than I know Rolando personally. Other than that, let's go. Great, and best of luck this year to that entire locker room at Troy State. All right, you got the leadership. Let's get it done. Let's work. Let's go. So, ending for the introduction aspect of it, again, this isn't possible without any of you guys, so thanks so much for the comments, keeping Carla up at night with good topics, which is awesome as well. And believe it or not, even though it's late in the season, we have a lot to talk about, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of tournaments going on.
We got
I didn't think there was. I didn't think that the 250s were played by high-ranked players, but it seems like we were wrong.
Well, we have Usni's last tournament in St. Petersburg.
Which he won today.
We've got a lot of great topics. I'm going to bring up a couple out of the bag. We got a lot of viewer comments. We have a lot of matches and results, actually, right? Mm-hmm. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. So you ready?
Okay.
You get your computer up, and I'll kind of just let me check time real quick. All right, so we're good. All right, so first topic that I want to bring out today is the latest wave of referee/player related incidents. So I'm gonna bring up two sides to this story, and this is another poll question. Question number 2 is, which way is it? Is it A or is it B? Okay. So again, pertaining to the referee player incidents, i.e. Kyrgios, Serena, not about the individuals themselves, but the limelight of the referee and the athlete on the tennis court with the global stage watching them. Has nothing to do with the players. It has to do with just the topic. Referees now in the limelight. Follow me? Nothing personal. Question A. Are these referee incidents something that has been desperately needed for eons and years of tennis, and now just culminating with the Kyrgios guy jumping down from his chair, talking to Kyrgios, hey man, you can do this. And secondly, the Serena incident at the US Open, need I not get back into that? Thus causing the now seemingly catastrophic referee past history now to come in the limelight. So if that was too difficult coming out, I don't know if that was too difficult coming out, but are these two events from this year, i.e., namely at the US Open?
Right, everything happened at the U.S. Open.
So is it correct or incorrect that this entire history of referees' staunch or not staunch ability to correctly call matches has been so lopsided and wrong for all these years, and now with two events, this is just what the iceberg needed to be sunk by the camel's toothpick, if that made any sense. I don't even know what that part meant, but that's question A. Have we had a disastrous referee history for hundreds of years of tennis that just culminated at the right nick of time to be solved at the U.S. Open with Serena Williams and the Nick Kyrgios umpire incidents? Okay? Question A. Question B. Or is this entire conversation in of itself a mere, metaphorically speaking, theatrical performance in order to give individuals, to give different isms, ISMS, different isms, sponsors, and etc., simply more attention? What is this really about? What is it? All I'm asking, we're not even going to discuss it. You are going to discuss it. What is this really about? Is this really about a couple of outfits or someone taking their shirt off with a sports bra, a cornet, I think it was? Is this really about a few smash rackets? Is this really about someone coming down from the chair and saying, hey, you can do better? Is this really about Serena smashing a racket? What is this really about? Look, I think it's highly debatable, but you are going to debate it. You are going to debate it. I think it's overkill, personally. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's a waste of time. In 38 years 38 years of myself playing the game, born into it. My father's 80, played it since he was 4. Carla's played it since she was 11, daily since then, and she's 39. My sister is a nationally ranked junior, and the list goes on. I personally have never been around anyone in the game of tennis, personally, player or referee, regardless of the association, ITF, ATP, USTA, USNTA, USPTA, I'm missing one, the PTR. I've personally never been around, thousands of players. I guarantee you Rolando can agree with this one. I've personally never been around a player or a referee that has not had mutual respect for one another. I understand, but it just seems like the past U.S. Open, and there's been a few questionable incidents over the past couple handfuls of decades. McEnroe, now Bandy, and I think threw a racket or hit a ball, hit someone in the face, and there's been some scattering of other events. Worse than this, with no attention. Why now? To me, I think everyone just needs to chill out and try a little bit harder to be fair, number one. But number two, I mean, do you know how ridiculous and transparent this seems to be? It seems to me, in my opinion, and maybe in my opinion is nothing, and give me a big thumbs down, and you don't know what you're talking about. But I personally think that all this stuff with the referees, and I really think it's just something to keep everybody entertained, while the ATP, while the ITF, while Davis Cup, which is ITF anyway, while the Laver Cup are all squabbling about their end-of-the-year tournaments, and the massive lawsuits potentially being involved in that, and we'll get into that as well. It seems like a good way to distract someone from potentially billions in terms of money at risk in the latter part of the year, beginning next year, between Davis Cup, Laver Cup, the WTA's equal prize money. What else am I missing? Oh, and then the ATP's pitch that they're going to put out a World Team Cup. But we're going to get into that as well.
I disagree with you, though, Justin. I really think...
You think it's needed?
I think all of this had to happen. Look, we've had McEnroe put these umpires, say, bad things to these umpires, put them down, make them feel like dirt, like they're not even human beings. We've seen rackets smash. We've seen players like Donaldson get down and talk to the umpire like they're children. I mean... We've seen so many disrespectful things happen on the court. People hitting balls, hitting ball girls by accident, hitting lines people by accident, nothing happening. I mean, the rules need to be applied. What happened to Serena shouldn't have happened. I'm sorry, guys, if you disagree with me. Shouldn't have happened. What happened with Kyrgios, that umpire should have never come down. A lot of rules were broken. Cornet getting a warning for taking off her shirt. No. Now, because of all of this, now everybody should be treated fairly, should pay the price. You throw a racket, there's a price to pay. You insult the umpire, a linesman, a ball girl, ball boy, you should pay the price. Coaching, you should pay the price. Because what are we telling the youth that is watching these superstars play tennis? That it's okay to behave like an animal?
Look, I don't...
I'm sorry, they're rules.
I don't disagree with anything you are saying. I don't. However, what is the end result?
The end result is that they should have umpires should all have the same rules. If somebody throws a racket, we're going to do this.
If this conversation deserves to be at this level of intensity globally, can you tell me why? Is there been a bunch of gold medal moments where someone didn't win the gold medal, hypothetically speaking, because of someone who smashed a racket and didn't get called for it?
But you've got,
or is it always just one or two or three players?
I think it was Ethan.
What is the end result here?
I think it was Ethan that said that Serena, she played a match a long time ago, and thanks to that match, then we had, now we could see the calls. What is it called? Hawkeye. She played against Capriati, and she was robbed from that match. I would love Capriati, and I was cheering for her.
But that's a line call.
But that's line call.
We're talking about
so
conduct.
They added something because of what happened back then.
So we're going to instant replay language now?
I mean,
emotions? We're going to instant replay someone's emotions?
No, I'm not talking about emotions. I'm talking about throwing your racket. You shouldn't throw your racket. Look, what about if you hit somebody? Look what happened to Nole. He threw his racket, and what happened?
It might have been a ball. I don't want to say it was a racket. He hurt somebody. But no, I understand that. But did that now Bandian moment cost him a trophy at that tournament?
Well,
I think that was like
his career. I think.
I don't think it cost him his career.
Stop playing?
Well,
wasn't he suspended?
Yeah, he got suspended. I don't recall.
Okay, what about the kid that Nick Kyrgios is playing? Humbert. It cost him the match. What
That
that
didn't-
guy did,
That didn't change anything.
it changes everything. So
I don't believe
coaching is not the same thing. What that guy came down to do, basically, was coaching.
Again, my question simply is this.
Yes, it deserves the attention.
Is this Ramos umpire and Serena incident and Kyrgios and whatever
Yes,
the other
because there's
is it really, does it need to be? I mean, in other words,
Yes,
is
because
it
there's
that much
sexism
of
in
an
tennis
emergency
still.
where it
Yes.
stops the global system of tennis? Because
It hasn't stopped the global system, Justin.
I think it's blown out of proportion.
No, it's
I
not.
believe in equality and fairness, but I believe now that everyone has a different way of looking at this subject. I think it's blown out of proportion. I think it needs to be fair and equal. Totally
That's what
behind
I'm
that.
saying, fair and equal.
Totally behind that. But this thing has turned into a sexism row. It's turned
It
into
is. It is.
It's turned in. What I'm saying, does it deserve to be at this bound, or does it need just to be say, hey, the refs should be more respectful and so should the players?
No, they should put new rules. They should
What-
have new rules for the umpires.
What new rules? Be nice to this guy and he'll be nice
No,
to
not
you?
be nice.
What- I mean, this-
Everybody, if you do something, it doesn't matter who you are. Federer, Djokovic, Serena. It doesn't matter who you are. The same rule applies to everybody. That's it. There is no special treatment.
Cooler heads prevail. Chill out. I mean, gosh, man, this is.
They just need to sit down in a room, and not the umpires, the people that run the organizations, not the players, the
Or-
people
or-
that run the organizations.
Or better yet, just don't smash your tennis
But
racket.
they're gonna smash rackets. They're going to. That's part of it.
Just don't smash your tennis racket. Again, I'm not
Don't
gonna.
you feel bad for this guy who got his 2 weeks suspended?
Yeah, and so
2 weeks.
the guy that talks to Kyrgios
weeks.
gets suspended without pay for 2 weeks from umpiring or refereeing. I mean, if without him, Kyrgios would have lost the match. Shouldn't Kyrgios pay him his 2 weeks' pay?
I would. He's got the money.
Kyrgios, you should be paying that man his pay, because if not, you were done, and you know it.
He should pay him 2 weeks.
All right, moving forward. Nadal withdraws from the China Open and Shanghai. In my opinion here, and I know you'll want to say this.
Smart.
I think Nadal is just focusing on a few more French Opens. I think anyway. I think he has 4 more French Opens in him. I repeat this. He's 31. I think he has 4 more French Opens in him. And not much more than that. Now let me explain this for the Nadal fans. I know she's one of them. I'm not saying Nadal has 4 entire seasons left in him, where there's tournaments everywhere in the hard court and the run-up. I think he has 4 more years of French Opens, maybe playing Wimbledon, maybe playing the Australian, maybe playing the U.S. He has 4 more years of playing the French Open every single year, I think, to the best of his ability. If he plays... I mean, the ultimate goal, and I'm not going to get into this, but the ultimate goal that we have talked about forever, any athlete, is to win the most
It's Grand
championships.
Slams.
Nadal's ultimate goal, I can promise you, is getting to 21 no matter what we say in this group or who agrees and disagrees. Nadal wants 21. In my opinion, the best way that Nadal gets 21 is by taking his time, the next 4 years, being 100% at every French Open. No one's going to beat him there if he's super healthy and he gets the 21, because I think we can all agree at this point that Federer probably won't win an Open. I hope he does. But with Djokovic so healthy and he's not even 100% yet, it's scary, and we'll get into that.
He's at 100%. Don't make that excuse for him.
Even Roger Federer said the other day.
He's at 100% now.
Wait, before
he's at 100%
Before
now.
you say something, we read an article, did we not? I sent it to you.
I don't really care what Roger
Where
Federer
Roger
says,
Federer even said the scary thing about Djokovic is that Djokovic still isn't 100%.
He's at 100%. We saw pretty
Anyway.
much 100% at the U.S. Open.
He's still not as
Come on, Justin.
He's still not as strong as
So
he
he's
used to
at
be.
91.2.
Can I finish my
He's
thought?
at 91.2.
She's a Djokovic
Come on.
hater.
Federer?
I don't want to get into this. Can I finish the comment, man? I'm trying to make an Nadal comment. You're cutting me off, preaching how bad you hate Djokovic.
I don't hate him.
Yeah, you do. Anyway,
Oh my God.
so
I get tired of hearing the same thing.
All I'm saying is Nadal, I think, wants to get to 21 and be done, and the way that he gets to that is by significantly. What's the time at?
29.
By significantly altering his schedule. Again, with Nadal's jerky game, the jerky forehand and the grind it out, I don't think his body will handle another 4 years of playing everything. I think his body, which is already ailing, we know he lives on pain and has had to live basically on painkillers because of so many foot and knee issues, and respectively so. Again, I love Nadal as a gladiator, but his game, I definitely don't care for Nadal's type of game. And unfortunately, bodies break down. The human body biologically will break down, like Kiyosama said. Father time, biology and father time, it's tough to pull off.
Well, for Nadal, it's not father time because 31 is not father time. It's more like the type of game he plays has put a lot of stress in his body. And for him to play China Open, Shanghai is dumb. Very dumb. If you want to have a long career, you need to start picking the right tournaments. And Grand Slams is where it's at. I don't care if you won 100 master tournaments. Grand Slams is where it's at. And he's smart to stop playing these tournaments at the end of the year. If I were him, I'd take the whole year off just training.
Yeah, so he withdrew from China Open and Shanghai. I'm sure he'll play the ATP Finals at the end of the year because of the huge purse. We're going to get into that in the second in part 2. But like Kiyosama said, you can't beat Father Time, and she was speaking about for Roger Federer. I'm saying for Nadal, if he wants to get to 21, which is the ultimate goal, he should monitor his time, play the French Open the next 4 years extremely healthy, and pass Roger and see what happens. If not, Djokovic, it will still be very much inclined.
They're both around the same age.
They'll be very much inclined.
I think one's 32, one's 31.
All right, stopping here, we're going to go to part 2. Thanks so much, as always, for watching. Click a like below, subscribe below, but this is going to go right into part 2. Thanks so much, everyone, and we're going to pick up right where we left off, going right into part 2. Let's go.